Hi, I'm Smitty O'Toole, and in this video I will be showing you how to make some permanent prosthetic hair pieces you might want to use for a mustache that you want to have easy to take on and off, chops. So this tutorial will give you the information you need to make some custom hair pieces that you can reuse over and again through your performances or just your daily life. The chops that I'll be showing you today I've made before, and they look pretty realistic. These are a little bit flattened. It's an older pair, but it's something that you can put on and adhere to your face that is very simple to take right back off, and it stays, and it's stayed with me through performances and getting sweaty and that sort of thing. So I hope you enjoy. Start off with, you're going to take a piece of neutral skin colored duct tape, depending on your skin color. I prefer duct tape. You can use other, you can play around with it using wax paper, things like that. I just use duct tape because it already has a natural adhesive and seems to stick really well. But you need to get a piece that is from the edge of your sideburns down to just under your chin, because you have to remember male facial hair pattern doesn't stop at the side of the cheek. It continues down the neck. So to make it more natural, pick a size piece of tape that goes beyond the point of the side of your face, and pick a size for the length, the side length. Tape on my face, and I've drawn the perimeter of the piece I want to cut off. So I'm going to take all of this in one piece. It's going to make nearly an L shape. And don't worry if the adhesive starts to stop sticking. That's the point. It's not going to stay. And you're going to cut this little piece off. Next step is going to be chopping up the hair. You have many different types of hair to use. There are the ponytails with hair that you can chop up. There are different colors. You can mix and match some to blend in, to match your hair color. There's the hair on the tracks. Of course, I already cut some of this. The hair on the tracks is what I usually use in this instance. It gives for stringier hair that you can ball up and sort of, get kind of funky. But for right now, you're going to want to chop some into very fine hair pieces like you would use for a stubble look. And we are going to adhere that to your pre-cut piece of sideburn tape. So chop up your hair and we'll proceed to the next step. Once you have enough hair to put a base coat on top, use your spray adhesive and just start coating it with a light coat of hair, just to give it some color, and it will make it appear fuller. I give another spritz, roll the hair on. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't all have to be covered. There's no real rhyme or reason. Well, reason would be coverage. There's really no rhyme, I guess. But go ahead, cover, let that dry, and as you're letting that dry on top of that, which you can determine whether you personally want more. I always spray some on and let it just sit. It gives the appearance of it being fluffy, you see. It kind of gives a 3D approach to the hair piece itself. And cut more pieces. Leave them a little bit longer this time. You're going to apply the longer pieces on top of that to make it more full. So if you feel like you need to add some more in these little spots, go for it. If not, we'll proceed straight to the next step. That's dry and you have your next set of hair ready. Kind of give that a good pat, make sure it's adhered. Give it another spray and start spreading this on thicker. Make sure you've got a good amount of this on to cover. You're going to want to get a good deal of it covered. You can put big chunks on, spread the hair, and give it a good, it's gonna look, give it a good little shoot with some adhesive, and then let that sit for about 30 minutes and let it completely, fully dry. Okay, once you are sure it has thoroughly dried and it's no longer sticky, you can take caution as to moving it. My adhesive on my duct tape wasn't all that sticky anymore, so mine's a little easier. If you need to, you can cut around the edges of it to make sure that it doesn't peel the hair off, so careful and lift it. You're going to have some stringy pieces, like right there on my pinky finger. So you're going to want to trim it up a little bit, make it look a little decent. You'll be able to trim it once it's on, but just to get it a little more even, you trim it up a little bit. Okay, to apply it, you're going to want to flip it over. You've got your adhesive side. This is where it gets a little tricky. You can play around with different types of adhesive. You can try spirit gum. You can try spray adhesive like I used to actually put the hair on. Any combination of that works. So, actually what works for you. I guess the combination of it might not work for some, but works for others. This works for me. Spray adhesive, not too much, because it will stick, and you can put the corners down with your spirit gum. Okay. Now, as far as applying it, you're going to want to go underneath your sideburns, next to your ear, and press lightly. You press lightly, so if you need to move it around, you still can. And you wrap it, like I said, around, up under your chin, around here. And if I wanted to make it a little jazzier, I would trim it a little bit around. Be very careful in doing so. Trim it a little bit around my ears to press down. And there you go. Trim it a little bit up here. Got some strays hanging. But play with the amount of adhesive you need to keep it stuck to your face. But there you go, Chops 101. They look very, very realistic. I have been judged very closely, and they have passed. I've passed as biomale in public. So watch the white of the adhesive. You can always darken that up with dark mascara, anything like that you can use to touch it up. Don't be afraid to go crazy with the hair. Make designs. You can also use little tiny pieces of duct tape cut in different shapes. If you wanted a goatee, you can make it in a shape. Just pattern it out. Put the adhesive on. Use the 2 layers of hair. And just get creative with it. There you go. So there's one side. It will stay on all night long. It will stay on as long as the adhesive stays on. To care for it, you can put some mineral oil on your thumb. Start working your way underneath the duct tape itself. And just make sure to wipe down the mineral oil from the back of the duct tape when you're done. Once you're done with this, try not to touch the hair. Try to keep it around the edges and pull off slowly. Some of the hair may come off. You might have a little bit stay on. That's fine. You can always replace it. You can always dab a few more hairs on if you need to. This will last you for a while if you take care of it. Taking care of it, not smushing it, not making sure that the integrity of the 3D effect is still intact. But I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it helps you out, gives you a little more creativity to put to your performance. You can follow me on YouTube /Smitty O'Toole, SmittyOtoole. Thanks.